I am standing here with an actual legend, a living legend, David Ellefson of MEGADETH. Hi, sir.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm well. You're like king of NAMM. Like, I mean, you're getting stopped every 2 seconds. Meanwhile, our buddy Ashton from 5 Seconds of Summer, he's just like walking around unaccosted.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that. Dave and I years ago, Gar Samuelson, our first drummer, was a general manager at BC Rich.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. And that was when BC Rich was really blowing up. And Dave and I both had BC Rich instruments, and it's about time when like Rick Derringer, Lita Ford, Tony Iommi were all using. So Gar used to sneak us in the back door of NAMM because it's out front. It says closed to the public. It really was closed to the public. Now everybody knows somebody at a music store or something, and everybody gets in, which is, to me, is really part of the fun of being here because everybody's here. This is where our community hangs out. But yeah, it's a little like walking through a meet and greet, but it's a total blessing. I mean, as they always say, when they stop asking for your autograph,
right.
That's when you need to be concerned. So
exactly.
Yeah,
blessing and a curse. Yeah, I always I go to Comic-Con every year, just like I come to NAMM every year, and I always call this Comic-Con for music because it's like it's booths and it's everybody checking out the new stuff, and we're one step away from like people coming dressed up as Dave Mustaine and Dave Ellefson. I think NAMM's just a year or two away from that.
Disneyland is literally across the fence right there. But that's where like all the regular people hang out. All the cool people, us musicians, and the media, and all the people we like to have fun in life. We're all over here because this kind of is like Disneyland every day. I mean, and for the people that look at us like we're out of our minds, and we are, for picking up a guitar and getting into bands years ago, and now here we are all grown up and everything, and this is kind of like our grown up Disneyland. This is where we hang out, and it's our annual convention. It's our summit. Where we meet up and
like a picnic or something, like a reunion.
And a lot of people from here go out and start tours. Our MEGADETH album, of course,
comes out this month.
So that sets out a world tour. So it's kind of a chance for all of us buddies to meet up and hang out and say hey, and then we see each other across the world over the next year until NAMM next year.
Yeah, and you have always been, and MEGADETH in particular, Alternative Press celebrating its 30th year. First magazine in America to put, Radiohead on the cover, and Oasis, and Nirvana, and all these great bands. MEGADETH, as a metal band, has always been very supportive of the punk community and the alternative community. I actually heard the Dead Kennedys the first time because this guy had a Dead Kennedys sticker on his bass, and I liked MEGADETH.
Really?
And I went, same way Metallica introduced me to the Misfits, you introduced me to the Dead Kennedys. I've never told you that before. He had the sticker on his bass, and I went, what's that? And went to the music store and bought it. And you guys have done the Fear covers and a lot of different punk stuff. Sum 41, all these guys.
Yep.
Who are some bands right now, sort of in that universe, that are piquing your interest? Of course, you guys are taking Havoc on tour, which is a young thrash band.
Havoc are on tour. My personal favorite is Dalskin, are this young teenage all-female group who are, I call them young ladies with an old punk rock soul. And the first time I saw them, they're playing this real, like old school stuff. In fact, I went to one show that they played, and they were playing like Fugazi, Dead Kennedys, Minor Threat. People are like going, these girls weren't even born when this stuff was out, and just for them to intuitively have that heart for that. In fact, they're actually playing a couple shows with the Dead Kennedys coming up in March.
Nice.
And so just, that kind of spirit, and it's great to see because they remind me of me. They remind me of the, early 80s thrash metal scene. They're a collective, and, they think alike. And that's what it was that we had so many years ago, and that's what the punk scene had so many years ago, is that it was a community of people that all thought alike.
Yes.
And the thrash community, really all we were is we liked metal and punk, so we brought the two together. There was this sort of
I would say Motorhead and Diamond Head was the blueprint in there.
Good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. So that's really all thrash was, and then you move on from that. But that's what we like about genres and scenes, is that they're this collective community where people all think alike. And we've then took out new metal acts like Korn. We took out
Stone Temple Pilots,
grunge acts like Alice in Chains. So I think for MEGADETH, we've really been open to supporting all of it and not really segregating. To say, well, it's not old school, we can't have it, and it's like that, because that's self-serving, because we have to, nourish the next generation of music coming up. Otherwise, this all goes away, and then so.
The first time I saw MEGADETH play, you were on tour with Dio. So,
Yes.
whether it's
I remember
Priest, whether
talking
it's,
to Ronnie, at a bar one night on that tour, and Sabotage Megadeth Dio, and talking to him, and I just imagine, here he is looking at us like these Megadeth, these thrash metal punks, But Ronnie being, of course, and like Alice Cooper, very open-minded, very cool, very very musical, and understands music, and really just appreciates it. Remember he was talking to me about brands, and he brought up Kleenex. I was like, Kleenex is a brand. The brand is so strong that we don't. Every time we want a tissue, we don't say, "Give me a tissue."
Or Band-Aids.
Give me a Kleenex. Exactly.
Yeah,
so
a Coke even.
that was my conversation with Ronnie. And he's, Ronnie was so very, articulate and thought out, and so. But it is. Alice and Ronnie and these guys took Megadeth out on tour, and we were just snotty little, drunk little thrash metal punks out on the road and put up with our nonsense, And then now, so at one point we become a headliner, and it's our duty to do the same, and we keep passing it on.
Well, Dave, thank you so much for talking to us at Alternative Press.